Okay, starting to stream basically now. Stuff. Hold on. Okay, we are up. Okay, good. So, yes, I know I said that the stream would start at 6, but it is 5:58 where I live right now. So, I'm just double checking. Yep, we are up. Okay, so you're probably wondering, number one, where the hell have I been? And number two, why the title of this? Now, I've just been crazy busy with other stuff. Unfortunately, that has taken uh, priority, and so yeah. And as for the title, how this has to do with planner stuff is that you could like use this technique to make like thought bubbles or such as well. So this is the comic bubble. I call it the comic bubble because it is a comic bubble. But you can also see that you also could use it as a thought bubble as well. Now, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you several ways basically how to make this bubble and stuff. First off, I apologize if there's any coughing. And I'm working in Illustrator. This probably would also work in Photoshop, but I'm not exactly 100% sure how to do it there. So I'm just going to do it in Illustrator. If you are a member of the Adobe Creative Cloud, then you could get both programs. So, for the first part of this video, you're going to need your Eclipse tool, your pen tool, your selection tool, your direct selection tool, and your Pathfinder. Later on, you're going to need your text tool and your layers, but you're not going to need them for right now. So we're going to start off with a basic bubble. We're going to make an oval. We're going to do that. Now, I like the shape, but I don't like the size. I think it's a little bit too big. So we're going to hold down our shift key. Just make that a little bit smaller. And there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pen tool and we're going to make our and that. Like, voila. Now, before I hit the unite, I want to zoom in to this. See that very sharp corner right there? That's what you want on your bubbles. Whether you're going to cut them out or put a circle around them and then cut them out. So now we're going to hit our unite, and that's our bubble. So that's just a basic bubble. Like that. So we're going to make that smaller. Now, what if you want a little bit curvature to when you're speaking? We're going to do the same thing that we did before. But there are two ways that you can get around it. Make a point. Put that in. Pull it out. Pull it in again. And close it. That. Now, before I hit the unite button below, I'm going to zoom in. See how blunt our nice sharp corner is now? There. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to the anchor point tool. And we're going to pull this out. Then we're going to hit that anchor. Voila. We have our nice sharp point. But we also have some curvature too. So So we're gonna make that. Again, I apologize for the coughing stuff. So, nothing in the chat. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you the final way that you can do it. Add curvature. So we're gonna do that. Go back to the pen tool. We're gonna then go down here, and we have our nice. We don't have a. Again, it's blunt. We're gonna do the same thing though. Pull it in, pull it out, pull it in, pull it out. We're good there. We're gonna hit that corner, and we're gonna keep adjusting it till we have that point. And I think we're right. We have that point. So it took us 2 times. Not gonna mess with it. So these two are similar. These two are similar, and these two are basically. So we're going to make that there. Okay. So perfect. Now, this next part we're going to do in a different layer. But you don't need the layers tool yet for it. For what we need. And we actually don't even need the pen tool right now. We will need it in a minute though. Because we're going to change the shape of the bubble a little bit. Now, I'm going to use this sample for a minute though. Now, what if you have a lot to say? You can't really do that because A, it's going to change the shape of the bubble, which is fine, but also it's going to fill up your page more stuff. So, but you have like a lot of text to say. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to make the bubble larger. How we're going to make it larger is we're going to more make it larger on the inside than the outside. And here's what I mean by that. We're going to make our oval. Or you can even make a circle as well. We're going to make a circle for this one. Now, we're going to go to the selection tool. And if you hit the center, you'll see that square. But what we really want to see is that behind your cursor, there should be a white thing. And that's going to duplicate our circle. Okay. Do that and unite like that. So there's our bubble. And unite it like that. Now, what we're going to do is we don't want that. We're going to go to layers. And I just want to see. Okay. So everything's on one layer. So that's okay. For this. Alrighty. So that's one. Then here is the other way. And you want to hold down as I say your option key until you see. So it looks like it's a singular, but you're gonna hit unite, and there's your bubble that way. So we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do a line. And it's kind of dull. So what we're going to do though is we're going to hit unite. And as you see, it doesn't work that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to undo add and remove our lines. So you can only do this technique with the pen tool. And now unite with that. Anything else it really won't work with. Okay. And now the last one I'm going to do is if there is two people talking at the same, well, basically, one person's talking and then another person's responding, and then the first person is responding to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make two more ovals. So 1, 2. So we're going to basically ignore this bubble for a minute. And we're going to focus on these two. How we're going to connect them is we're actually going to try two different ways. First way is using the pen tool and then using the anchor points to add a little bit of curvature and unite like that. So basically it's yada yada yada, answer, answer to the answer. So that can basically go right here. Because say the person's two, or even would be yada yada yada, answer to the reply or whatever. Or this might be the reply. This could be a different question, and that could be a reply to this question. So let's go this side, because actually, undo pen. That. And as you see, even though I added curvature, our nice point stayed. Like that. And unite. So that's another thing, is it doesn't always have to go on the left, it can go on the right as well. I actually happen to be left-handed, so it's easier for me to do on the left than it is the right. But I understand that most people are right-handed. I'll do the same thing for this one. And ta-da! But our point right here is not sharp. But that's okay, because this is just a sample, so group that so I don't have to worry about it. Right here. Okay. So, put that right here for now. Now, I'm going to use this one as a sample. So, we're going to lock it and we're just going to hide. I don't want that. Okay, there we go. Now, how to add text. Now, this is how we're going to do it. So, we have our layers panel right here. And we have our nice bubble that's all ready to go. But we need to have text in it. Now, I should know I don't have any comic text in my computer. So I'm just going to pick something that looks, it's not like comic, something you would probably see in a comic, but for purposes of this video, let's go with copper plate. Okay. So I just want to check something. So no questions. Okay. Excellent. So we have our layers panel and just checking stuff out to see what's going on. Sorry. Alright, so our layers panel should be on. You should see it. You might not be able to see it on the screen because I'm looking and I'm not even seeing it for some reason on my streaming. So that's a little weird. Oh well. Anyway, but where your layers are, which is where I'm pointing right now, you should have a layer 1 and a layer 2. Now, we're just going to focus though on layer 2 for now. Now, for text, there are different ways. There's the text tool, there's the area type tool, there's the text path tool, there's the vertical type tool, there's the vertical area type tool, there's the vertical type tool, and then touch type. We're going to ignore all of these except for the type tool. Now, normally, when you do text in Illustrator, this happens. As you see, the text shows up, but the bubble disappeared. That's not good. As you can see the red line, and when you move it, ta-da! Your bubble is basically gone. Now if you flip it like that, flip, come on, flip. See, yeah, you can't even flip it because there's no fill. And your bubble's gone. Which is disappointing. So how do you fix that? So one of the things that you do is make a duplicate of the layer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and where you usually create your new layer, you're going to take layer 2, hold it down and pull it down all the way here, and you're going to make a copy of it. So now we're just going to see, want both layers to be showing, but you want to make sure layer 2 copy is on top. We're now going to go over here, and voila, it's fixed. You can still see the outline of your text bubble, and there's text inside like that. So let's go, hello, my name is Rachel. Actually, I think Copperplate is a comic font. I could be wrong though, because it's all in caps. And if you hear a bird chirping, that is my sister's bird, so I apologize for that. I live in Delaware. Now, as you see, we have a little bit of a problem. Just move it right here. It keeps going, just doing that. That doesn't look good. We're going to go down to here, we're going to go hit the area type tool. It's going to fill up like the original, as you can see, but watch what happens. So, hello, my name is Rachel. It automatically goes to a different line. Now, it goes right on top. So what you might also could do is we're going to delete instead of even making a duplicate layer, is you can go to path, offset path, and it says joins or miter and stuff, and then we'll make it larger. But we don't want it larger, we want it smaller. So in order to make it smaller, path, reverse path direction, I guess. Nope, it won't work. Okay. So you're going to have to go down, path, reverse path direction, offset path. Okay, it will still go around. So you're going to have to, we're going to have to do is make the offset smaller. So let's see, 0.00 strive 4. And there's your stuff. So we're going to undo move. And then we're going to hit copy. And we're going to put this in a new layer. It should fit. Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that won't work. But what you can do is delete that. We're going to do the thing we did. We're going to duplicate it. But we're going to make this a little bit smaller. Make sure that it fits right into here. Don't forget, if you're doing it this way, don't worry, because you can change your text like that. Okay. So that's good for now. I'm going to hit the area, and now we'll see. Hello, my name is Rachel. I live in Delaware. Have a pet dog named Molly. I also have one sister is annoying, but I love her anyway. So this is not a comic text, because you can see that the I has bars on it. I think usually in comics they don't like when you have bars. So I'm just switching that in here. And then going to make that a little bit smaller so there's not as much white space. around the bubble. Stretch that. And center it. Okay. So, yeah. And actually, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to group it so that we can move it over here. And that. Okay. So, perfect. So, I hope you enjoyed this video and such. I will. Let me see if there's anybody watching. No questions. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. This was fun to do. And I hope that you learned something today. I will do another stream. I don't know when. Probably not until May. But I hope everyone has a good rest of your weekend. And, yeah. Talk to you later. Bye.